Hi and welcome to this tutorial about how to make clips in a MIDI track to trigger different scenes. So there are two ways that I found out that can be made, and they are kind of easy ones, but we must follow a few steps to do it, and we can do it now from scratch. So I have here a new set, and I have here a MIDI track. Double clicking in the slot of a MIDI clip, I create a new MIDI clip, and I'm gonna put a note here, for example C3. Okay, this is the note that is gonna go out from Ableton and come back to Ableton and serve as a MIDI map note to trigger the scene. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna send this note out from Ableton, and we are gonna get it back. So how do we do that? So I take this external instrument, I drag it into this one, and here this means an external instrument, an external MIDI instrument means that the notes made by the clips in the track are gonna go out from that to an external place. So which external place? So we can go to live preferences, to MIDI, and I see here I have three different devices, driver number 1, 2 and 3. I'm gonna use the number 3 for example. So what I want to get out the notes from that device. So I put on track, because that means I'm gonna, the MIDI from the tracks, so from my MIDI clips, are gonna go out. So this is gonna be on, and after I want to get it back from that place. So in this same device, number 3, I'm gonna switch remote on and nothing else, because like this I can trigger remotely things in Ableton Live with that note, which is the scene I want to move. Okay, so once we have that, we can select in our external instrument, we can select the bus number 3, the driver number 3, channel whatever we want, we can let it as number 1. So what is gonna happen here is when I trigger this one, when I trigger this clip, I'm gonna send a note out each time I'm sending this clip. So this is going out. And now what should I do? So now what I'm gonna do is map that note to the scene I want to trigger. So I go to MIDI mode, I would do like that, MIDI mode, select the scene, and then make the note. So the trick to do that is that, because it's a loop here, this is a loop, so I can make this clip run, then I select the scene I want to trigger, and I go to MIDI, I wait, and up it's assigned. Okay? Okay, so once I did that, there is a problem. The problem is that now the MIDI note is going out and it's coming back, but if I do this and I trigger the scene is gonna trigger the clip is gonna trigger the scene, so it's gonna make a loop, and it's gonna go as fast as the quantization of the clip is allowing. But if we put no quantization in this clip, we will have, like, let's put all of it, if the quantization it's set to none, this is gonna be so quick that it's gonna almost make Ableton crash. So how do we avoid this kind of loop? So we avoid this kind of loop putting the launch mode of the clip to toggle. This means that now if we do that, this is gonna put the the scene on, the scene is gonna get back and make the clip off. And when the clip is off, because it's a toggle, then it's gonna stop. So let's make an example with some, I can find here some, let me find some sounds, like this one for example. Okay, so I have this sound here, and if I trigger this, it's gonna trigger that sound. So as you can see, let me lower that. If I put the quantization to none, for example, for this clip and also for this clip to none, here's when I do that, I'm triggering. So this is one way to do it. How do I map the other ones? So the other ones are easy to do. I duplicate these ones, I go to the clip, to notes, and I put it a little bit up. Next one, do the same but 2 times. Next one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see if this one is too high. Okay, and this one I need it here, I think. So let's see, and this was too much. So okay, so now, no, sorry, because I'm moving the 1, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay, so now I have these ones. They are all in toggle mode, and now because they are looping, I can do this. Assign. Sorry, so what I did is to assign here that node. So let's go to MIDI, erase this one, and what we need to do is to trigger this one. Select this one and go here. Okay. Good. So now let's do it with the other one. Select here, go to MIDI. Okay. Next one. Go here, select here, go to MIDI. Next one, put it, select MIDI. Next one, trigger, select MIDI. Okay, done. So now, if I also duplicate these ones, you will see that. I'm triggering things. With this system, there is a problem. Is that if now if in this moment what we are doing is triggering the scenes using these scenes, we can have some problem because of some double coming back here. So sometimes we need, if we have some problems, we need, when we are gonna use these scenes, we need to put off the external instrument. Okay, so this is one way, it's a simple way. So it's only putting the external instrument in live preferences, putting on remote in the input, and in the output putting on the track, and then making toggle modes and assigning to the same notes. Another way to do it would be to, let me duplicate this track. So if we have a few, and we don't want to have this possible problem of having this scene triggering this one and this one triggering it again, what we can do would be to, let me erase these ones to make this example at the end. So what we would do is we trigger on this one, and then now we go to MIDI and select the first clips of all the tracks. You see, now we don't need them to be in toggle mode, so they're gonna be in trigger. And also, once we have done that, also for the previous technique, we must switch off the loop once we have assigned every clip. Okay, so let's stop every clip and do the same with this one. Okay, so then we go, let's select this one, go to MIDI, select this one, select this one, select this one. Okay, so in this way we just did the same. We just did the same for this one and for this one, see? So in this way we can also, for example, if I go again to MIDI, to the MIDI assign, and I erase, for example, these two notes, when I am triggering this clip, I am only triggering those ones and not this one, because it doesn't have any MIDI note assigned. So here I can make a complex scene triggering with this technique, and it can be very useful when we want to trigger only, for example, the drum section or things like that. Don't forget, once you have assigned everything, you select your clips and loop must be off. Like this, you are not triggering again each time you are doing the clips. So this is how to make clips trigger scenes or trigger anything in Ableton Live. Thank you very much, and visit tangiblex.net to have more information and tutorials. Bye!